47 degrees at 8:20. Sorry, Steve. I know you made a good try to get back on the marquee yesterday, but we're in a hurry this morning. So I have to go out and do this real quick and try and get it posted before leaving for the orthopedic dog surgeon at 9 o'clock this morning. T-Rex has an evaluation for his cranial cruciate ligament injury. So I'm not going to be able to do a full post, even though there's just so much to talk about. Look at this beautiful blue water, a reflection of the blue sky and the sun illuminating Old Glory. Wind from the west-southwest is actually importing colder air, and we're going to see those instability clouds that are growing over Everett grow even faster. What a storm last night. You know, if this was sort of a named tropical storm, we would have had crews from the news on the beaches days ago. Instead, we just dealt with it. It came in fast and furious last night, snowed an inch an hour in the mountains, and this morning, nearly 30,000 customers without electricity in the state of Vermont. I didn't even check New Hampshire and Maine, because of the pasty nature of this storm. Unlike last week when it was an inversion, warmer air up in the sky. This week, the last night's storm, it was colder up in the sky and just cold enough for snow, above about 500 feet in elevation in Vermont, northern New Hampshire. Generally, about 10 inches of snow fell in about 10 hours. And top of Mount Washington got 8 inches of snow, 1.9 inches of water in that snow. That's a 4.3 snow to water ratio. Incredibly heavy, wet snow, perfect base building material. Josh and Sean Vecchione hiking up Jay Peak this morning. They say there's no electricity in town, but the lifts weren't supposed to operate anyway because they're not spinning lifts Monday through Thursday. They'll be back on Friday. Anyhow, yesterday, even before this storm, there's Josh with a photo. I'm not sure who that is. Going up the mountain this morning. They hike up anyway. He says it's pretty heavy, but yeah, it's kind of powdery, and as long as it's really steep, you can accelerate. Before this storm yesterday, Josh texted me and said, this is the best November snow base we've seen in years. So he's skiing the backcountry yesterday without hitting bottom. Now he's moved his house up to about 1,400 feet. The last of the burning bush leaf on the ground. So I don't have a lot of time. I got to try and post this. We got to get to the dog doctor. The coldest air so far this season, again, I haven't said that since yesterday, is moving in today and tonight. And the lake effect snow machine has started. Of course, Jim Cantori already noted. Weather Molly noted that there was thunder snow off of Lake Erie this morning already. And then the lake effect snows are really going to ramp up. It's sort of a low barometer cold, just with day after day, today, tomorrow, of wind from the west over those relatively warm waters. That cold air is going to generate feet of snow. So the news crews will be near Buffalo and all the lee of the lakes covering this snow squall event. Well, not snow squall, just lake effect snow coming in off the Great Lakes for the next day and a half. 0.57 inches of rain for TK, not too shabby. The storm ended up coming much closer to the coast than we thought a few days ago, and it really tightened up the energy. Remember all that energy we talked about from Canada through the Mississippi River Valley down to the Gulf of Mexico? All that energy kind of concentrated right over New England yesterday. Just a big ball of weather. Did some leaves yesterday again. Watched Michaela take the podium in the slalom. I had a nice afternoon of landscaping and watching the Patriots lose in the last minute again, but other games were really good, and watching cold rain move into Philadelphia, and another sad loss for Buffalo, and that ring around the moon last night. So I don't have time to do all the editing. The next weather after this is going to be a warmer mix of rain and snow in the central elevations on Friday. Saturday looks okay, and then a ton of weather coming at us next Sunday into Monday. It's going to warm up even warmer than the last couple storms over southeastern New England, but stay cold enough for snow near the Canadian border. Next Sunday, Monday is the real early call on that. So a quick edit for you today. Out the door, weather with not much more. We're going to go see the doctor for T-Rex, get an evaluation. May need surgery, Rex. What's that mean, Tim? It's not good, and we're not happy, but we want you to be as healthy as you possibly can. He's always get these eye things going in the morning. All right, we're going inside. Fooling around with some different color light, experimenting with some green. And technically the full moon is tomorrow before the sun comes up. There it is on the left of the street light. And can you make out Jupiter there by the iPhone green dot right there? So we've got Jupiter, the moon, street light, neighbor light, and TK gives you the green light to have a good Monday. And more. Taylor Green last night says the halo is so big around the moon tonight. And I said, well, Taylor, it's pretty much 22 degrees around the moon. And tonight, the green dot right above Jupiter with a little bit of a halo forming, 22 degrees. See, the way that works is from the horizon to the zenith, the point right over your head, is 90 degrees. So the moon this evening is at about 45 degrees above the horizon, and the halo, part of the optical phenomena effect, forms a ring 22 degrees off of the moon. So from side to side, that would be 44 degrees. Now, we don't have a complete halo right here, but pretty good example, and I think it's really fascinating that Jupiter's right on the edge of the halo. Of course, I've got my iPhone, so it's not really focusing that well, but thanks for sharing, Taylor. We always appreciate that. And also very interesting, there's a plane, that it's pouring in Philadelphia, and it's mostly clear in Boston. And that's part of the dynamic that helped Benjamin Franklin and his brothers determine that rain moved from Philadelphia to Boston, despite sometimes a surface wind from the northeast. Now, right now, I don't have a surface wind from the northeast. It's more southwest, but you get the point. A couple of jets diverging. Thanks for asking. Thanks for watching. I love the viewer comment. Just heard a coyote. You just heard a coyote.